Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over how to set up your MyOpenMath account that you'll use to get the homework and testing and basically everything done in this course. And then we'll see how it looks when you're actually doing some assignments. First thing, though, to do is to get your account set up. So you're going to want to go to myopenmath.com as shown on the screen here. If you've used MyOpenMath before and wish to use the same like login and username, login and password, you can. MyOpenMath is free though, so it may be simpler just to go ahead and create a new account. And that's fine. So here, we're going to click on register as new student. Once you've done this, of course, you won't need to do that again. You'll just put in your username and password that you will have picked out by then. So click on register as new student. And then you've done this sort of thing before. Anytime you create an account, it looks a lot like this. Pick out a username, something that you can remember. It doesn't make any difference to me what you use here. Then choose a password, confirm a password. Unfortunately, they don't tell you what the requirements are for a password until you try one. I would probably make it like 6 to 8 letters, throw in some numbers, maybe something uppercase. Try it and see if you get something that works for you. First name and last name, please put your first name in the first name spot and the last name in the last name spot. And then also, if you could, again, please make sure that it matches whatever is in Canvas and self-service. That helps me get the grading done more quickly and correctly. So first name in the first name spot, last name in the last name spot. Email address, you can include that. That way you get notifications when you have messages sent to you through MyOpenMath. And then also, of course, if you want to get a notification, check the box indicating that you're at least 13, and then check the box indicating that you've read the terms of use. And then the next thing that you will need is the course ID, which for this class is 328509. That number is also available inside Canvas, right in that introduction module. You'll see that number there in case you miss it. But for now, it is 328509. There is no enrollment key, so leave the next box blank. Okay. Once you get that done, you can click sign up. I'm not going to do that, of course, because I haven't filled out everything. So let me show you how it looks once you uh, get Once you get that created, you should be taken to a screen that looks like this, kind of. And every time you log in, you'll get a screen that looks kind of like this. You shouldn't have anything in here under courses you're teaching. You'll have courses you're taking. And one of them should say Math 10 Online Summer 2026. And I don't know what other stuff that you will see, but that's the main thing that you're going to need. Math 10 Online Summer 2026. If you've done it correctly, click on that. This takes you to the main kind of page for MyOpenMath, just to give you kind of a quick tour of the important features. Down the left side, messages. If you want to send me a message, you can do it through there. In addition to using Canvas or email, you can do it through that. Let me switch that to students so it looks more like yours. There you go. That's the student version. Messages here. Calendar is kind of useless because the calendar is right in front of you right here. Gradebook does just what you think it does. Course map, you can click on that, see what it does. Log out and help do just what you think they do. So there's that. Across the top in purple, you see basically the same thing repeated. Course, if you happen to have more than one, you can switch between them. Messages, calendar, and gradebook, again, just replicate the functionality on the left side. The course that we're in is right here. You won't see this thing that says view as instructor, student, or quick rearrange. That's just for me. You'll see a calendar right here and then stuff below it. First of all, taking a look at the calendar, you'll see that this week we have a couple of assignments due right away on Monday. Ones that are marked for an R are review assignments to help review things that you should know. Our first actual section's worth of work is going to be 1.1, and so you'll see what says V 1.1 and 1.1. If you remember from the syllabus, we had video assignments and regular assignments. The V indicates that it's a video assignment. One thing to note is that you can change the range of dates by clicking on the left arrows and right arrows. Be careful when you do that because if you don't pay attention to what the actual numbers are, it can make it look like, well, maybe you don't have any work to do. That's because I clicked back and now my calendar only goes through June 6th, where our class hasn't even started yet. If you want to get kind of recentered to the current date, always click on now, and that'll take you to, well, now what the current date is. You can show more weeks if you want. I like to keep just 4, but that's up to you. Below that, here where it says show all, if you click on that, it's going to give you more detailed information about the assignments that appear here in the calendar. So you can tell on the 8th, Monday, June 8th, we have a video lesson on simplifying fractions, and then multiply and divide fractions, a video cued assignment. So we could take a look at that. Tuesday, a couple of things are due. Wednesday, assignment 1.1, that's due. Everything should be due at midnight. I see one here that's due at 4 o'clock. I'll have to fix that. It should be fixed by the time that you see this. Um, if you happen to run across something that's not due at midnight, let me know, and I'll go ahead and fix it. Okay, so assignments visible here on the calendar. All right, so that's fixed now, actually, 11:59 p.m. That's better. All right, so all the assignments shown here. Continuing onward, here under course information, you'll notice that there's that same kind of triangle navigation system that Canvas had. If you see a triangle pointing kind of to the right, that means it's a block that can open. If you click on the little triangle, the triangle will point downward and you'll see a bunch of stuff appear. You'll see the syllabus right here. So if you want to refer to the syllabus, you don't have to go back to Canvas to get at it. It's right here in MyOpenMath as well. A link to our textbook, and then a optional practice assignment just to get you used to entering assignments in my or answers in MyOpenMath. This is not worth any points. Okay, try it if you want. If you want some practice at typing in answers, you can do that. If you want to ignore it completely, you can also do that. That's not worth any points. So that's all there is under course information. We'll take a look at the book in a little bit. All right, so continuing onward, videos and additional open resources. That's basically just what you'd think. More math videos if you somehow run out. You can watch more video instruction on how to get things done. A couple of books or a book or another pre-calculus book, practice exams, Khan Academy. A lot of people like Khan Academy. So you can look at that if it interests you. Okay, continuing on, under prerequisite review, that's where you'll find the material for the assignments marked as R, that is review assignments. So here under prerequisite review, you'll see that we have, first of all, a little bit about fractions. Down here, the video assignment has a couple of parts. And then the regular assignment after that. You'll see the due dates on each of these assignments here as well as in the calendar. One thing to kind of be careful of, two things really, is it can seem like that there are a lot of assignments and can be hard to find with all this opening, closing the blocks with the triangles. Some people like to just work off the calendar and the list of assignments directly below that. But all of these assignments show up twice. They're once here and then also here. So be careful to not think that there's actually twice as many assignments. They just show up in more than one place. The other thing is that especially in the reviews, it can look like you have a ton of work to do because here there's a whole bunch of videos to watch on multiplying fractions, dividing fractions, all of that good stuff. The way that I would approach the reviews is I would start the assignment first, and then if you run into trouble, go back and look at the videos. If you sit down and watch all these videos first, it's going to take you a really long time. I put the videos in here for you just to refer to if you need it. The regular assignments, like the kind of main content of the course, chapter 1 and beyond, I would watch the videos first before doing the assignments. But things that are review, I would go straight into the assignment and just do it. While we're here, let me show you how one of the assignments looks. Fractions, let me click on that one. We'll start that. How many points there are, when it's due, let me click start. It repeats all those videos you saw again. And then some questions. Let me answer a couple of these. Notice when I click in a box, it's going to bring up a little menu. You use that if you want to enter symbols like fractions or powers or root symbols, things of that sort. Here, though, I don't really need it. 3 over 3 is going to equal 1. 3 over 9 is going to be 1/3. And 15 over 21, that's 3 times 5 divided by 3 times 7. So it looks like 5/7. We'll try that. We'll see how I did by pushing submit question. Looks like I got them all right. So I get a green check mark, a little green shading here, and then check marks in each of those answer boxes. Let me go on and do one that is wrong, just so you can see how something that's wrong looks like. All right, so let me mess up this one. 11/15 plus 4/15. Let me just add on the top and bottom. So that would be 15 over 30. I added the tops, added the bottoms, which is of course wrong. Okay, when I do that wrong, instead of green check marks, I get a red X instead and red shading, a red X in the answer box. My score is 0 out of 1 point for this. I should be able to fix it. A lot of these questions you can fix the answer and try again. Some you cannot. Different questions have different numbers of attempts that are allowed. This one I can go ahead and fix it. A lot of the reviews do. So I should keep the denominators and add the numerators. So 11/15 plus 4/15 is the same as 15/15. Let me try 15 over 15. And if I do this, let's see what I get. All right, still wrong. So what could I possibly have done wrong? Make sure to pay attention to the directions. It says here, add these two and then write the result in simplified form. 15 divided by 15 is 1, right? So let me replace that 15 over 15 by 1. Let me try that. Okay, now I got full credit for this thing. I'm kind of tired of this right now, so I'm going to stop. One thing that's nice about the homework is you don't have to do it all at once. You can do it little by little up until the due date, of course. Once it's past the due date, you can't do it anymore for credit. I'm going to click on done. If I click on done, that doesn't mean that I can't go back to it. I can go back to it anytime before the due date. So far, I've only got 14% on it, but I didn't do very much. It tells me which questions I worked on, how much credit I've got so far. If I change my mind and want to go back in, I'll click on resume. I don't want to right now, and you don't want to watch me do it either, so we'll click on exit. Okay, if I click on gradebook, it's going to complain because I'm the teacher, but you can click on gradebook and it'll show you how you were doing at any time. Okay, if I want to go back into that assignment, again, I can do that by going in here under fractions, or you can get it straight off the calendar too, right? So either way, you can enter the assignments in that way. All right, so that's the prerequisite section. Under chapter 1, which is our actual content for the class, that will be beginning with section 1.1. There's, in addition to the videos on Canvas, there are video lessons here, that you can watch if you like. There's a video assignment and then an assignment for 1.1. The assignment for 1.1 is going to look kind of like the one we had for fractions. Let me show you what a video assignment looks like. Again, it says how many points there are, when it's due. I'm going to push start. A little introductory directions. Let me click the forward bar to advance to the next question. How this works, we'd watch this video and then answer this question. Okay, I don't feel like doing that one right now. So this one, there's no video that goes with this one, so I'll just answer the question. F of 2, if you don't know how to do this yet, that's fine. We haven't started the class actually, but let me go ahead and put this in. F of 2 is going to equal 3. Submit question. Okay, that's good. I think I've had enough of that, so we'll stop. Once again with the score, and I'm going to push exit because I don't feel like doing anymore. That's how it works to do answer questions in the assignments. The only other thing really to show you is how the textbook works. So back here under course information, I'm going to click on full textbook. The same link is on Canvas too. Again, our book is called Pre-Calculus, even though this is a college algebra class. Pre-Calculus covers college algebra plus some other stuff. So ours is actually a subset of this um, textbook. We're not covering the whole thing. You can look at this online or you can download a PDF, your choice. I'm going to click on View Online for right now. I'm not going to donate anything. So I'll click Go to your book. All right. So here, once again, with the triangles for the navigation, if the triangle is pointing downward, it's a block that's open. If I click it again, it's going to close it. I don't want to look at functions right now. Maybe I do. I'm going to click it again. 1.1, we go up through 1.7. Let me click on 1.1. Once more with that. Okay. If this is kind of too full for me, I don't want that to be there. So I'm going to click on the X to close the table of contents. So now I can see better what's going on in the book. If you want the table of contents to come back, click here where it says contents. Table of contents will come back. Okay, so that's how that looks in the online version. Let me see if I can get the PDF for you. It says download a PDF. Downloading a PDF is nice if you want to watch or look at the book offline, like you have an e-reader of some sort. Right now it's on trigonometry. Let me change that. So table of contents, if you're in the PDF version, this depends in part on which web browser you're using. I'm using Edge for this, so your mileage may vary. I clicked on the uh, stack of three lines menu here off to the left. Chapter one, again with the triangles, we'll click on that. I think I want to see what section 1.3 looks like. All right, so there's section 1.3. So you can use the PDF version of the book. You can use the kind of online version of the book. You could buy a paper copy of the book if you really wanted to. If you're interested in that, click on here where it says individual. If you're assuming you're not a bookstore, you can buy a print copy if you want to. I don't care if you do, totally up to you. That link just takes you to Amazon and you can do it. If that's your interest. Most people, frankly, just use the online version of the book. But again, it's totally up to you. If you have a question over anything regarding the book, really, let me know. And again, that textbook was accessible by clicking on the full textbook link. All right, that takes us to the end of this quick look at MyOpenMath. We got the account created. And we did a couple of problems in two of the assignments, and we played around with it a little bit with the textbook. So what you'll want to do next is go ahead and get your account created and then get started on these two review assignments that are due on Monday, the 8th. So if you have any questions about this, let me know, and have a great day.